side. Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Real grateful to be here. Just wanted to thank the folks at IPS for putting this on. I'm John Brogan. I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager for Hodell-Natco. And I always pause and then they say what or who, and I say Hodell-Natco because it's such an unusual name. But what Hodell-Natco is a fastener company. And Hodell was a chain company and Natco was a fastener company. 100 years ago, they were in business, and about 30 years ago, they merged and became Hodell-Natco. So, again, I just wanted to say thanks. I appreciate the opportunity. We've had a great AD partnership and success over about the last year and a half, and we just want to keep things rolling. What Hodell-Natco does is provide about 40,000 different fasteners to about 12 different markets. We're 6 locations strategically located nationally in Reno, Houston, St. Louis, Cleveland, South Carolina, and Florida. We have an extremely diverse line of fasteners. And I've been in the industry for about 6 years, and I always understood fasteners to be very generic, kind of envisioning looking at the row at Home Depot and saying, where is the one little fastener I need to fix that thing at home? That's part of what we do. We don't supply Home Depot, but we sell little tiny screws and little tiny fasteners that are used in a variety of different applications. How we affect the industrial piping industry or the PVF industry is primarily through bolt-up kits. 2 pipe flanges meeting together and being bolted. The most simple and common way is a low-carbon bolt and a finished hex nut that bring those 2 together, and most commonly they're zinc plated. Now as you get into more unusual projects and different types of applications throughout the wastewater and sewage industry, you get into grades of material, you get into types of stainless, you get into certain finishes that are relevant to where the pipe is being used or where the job is being installed. Many of these things we stock. What makes us kind of unique in the sense that we have 110,000 square foot warehouse in Cleveland, Ohio. And again, I'll pause a minute. Everybody kind of thinks Cleveland. Then I'll say we're looking for a coach if you know anybody. So, but the fun part about me getting to know fasteners, which sometimes I think will take 50 years to truly get a great appreciation for all the fasteners that are out there, is when someone calls and they say, I'm looking for this, and it's an odd description and I've never heard it before, and through modern technology I type in a brief description and boom, it pops up and it says we have 100 in stock. I can't believe it. Where are they? Well, somewhere in our warehouse this oddball fitting exists, and having accumulated many of these over tens and tens of years, we've become an unbelievably valuable resource for companies that are looking for those things that seem so simple, right? All the money is in the pipe and the valves and the labor, and the fasteners could maybe constitute 1% of that application. But in the end, without the fastener, you can't put it together. You can't complete the job. So what we've recognized in where our products are used and how we can best support industries, we've looked at it as kind of how can we help provide a solution for you. And the evolution started by putting things in boxes, simply packaging the product in a way that allowed someone to buy 100 of them, to buy 50 of them, to use them for whatever it was that they were putting together. In addition to that, there's dozens of applications where people manufacture, and there's bins and boxes of fasteners that they pull out of daily, and they put machines together and they put equipment together where they use fasteners. But again, I just wanted to paint a little bit of a picture of a landscape of fasteners, because it does seem kind of like, well, how does that really fit into our business? Or it seems a little generic. How would I ever go out and talk to somebody about fasteners? Where would I start? I look at it simply from my perspective, and I say, what is it that we can do for you guys? I mean, what kind of solutions can we provide in terms of, you buy 20 different items or you buy 200 different items, and how many different vendors do you buy it from, or how many different types of products do you buy? And can we help you guys by consolidating that buy or bringing that to us and filling that order or expanding upon that order for two good companies that are already doing business. So I'm not going to bore you with the 40,000 different fasteners that we have. I am going to talk a little bit about, kind of what our focus is as an organization and how I think we're best aligned with the IPS. We have a goal in our business, which we believe is probably the most valuable thing that we can do for our customers, which is to ship their orders on time every time. It becomes a complex goal. You could have 10 different items coming from 10 different places, and it all has to kind of merge together on that one day and leave the building. And we try to, at the best of our abilities, to make that as seamless as possible or as simple as possible, which again provides the value for IPS and the organizations out there that use our product. Because how frustrating is it when the job is leaving the yard and there's $200 worth of fasteners that aren't available to go with that job? And we've done very well at trying to reach that, and we believe that it is kind of one of our core objectives as a company in terms of how we do business and how we work together with people. So we stock a lot of product. We have 6 locations that carry a variety of different things for the markets that they serve that we can draw product off of. We focus a lot on packaging and kitting so that when you send it out or when you use the product, it's in its simplest form. So a common item that you folks buy is a bolt-up kit. This is your bolt-up kit. It's for a 2-inch flange. It has 4 bolts in it and 4 nuts in it. And that box then would go to that attachment of those 2 flanges and simply allow you to bolt it together. It's also bagged, so if it's at a job site and the box gets wet, the bag is labeled and you're able to use the fasteners pretty simply. As an organization, we're not asking you to be fastener experts. We're not asking you guys to understand the complexities of the engineering drawing to the material that's being requested. We have a very strong staff both in Cleveland and nationwide that has an unbelievable amount of fastener experience. And my favorite thing at the office is to take a call and have a conversation with somebody about something I've never heard of before, say yes, hang up, go out of my office into someone else's office who has much more experience than I do, and say, have we ever sold this before and have you ever heard of it? And most commonly, we are extremely successful at being able to do that and to support those needs. It's kind of the fun thing about working together with people, that we can become that resource. We can become that ally that says, listen, if I'm looking for fasteners or something that I'm maybe not familiar with, the first company that I want to call is Hodell-Natco. And I'll just let them figure it out for me. We'll do the legwork, we'll supply the information back to you so that you can apply a product and a price to the job and make it as simple for you as possible. Part of this is a little bit of a learning curve. Working together with you guys, providing information and literature, providing technical data if needed, doing joint sales calls. At any time, you're always welcome to come to our facility and see it. But in the end, it's a process that we'll go through with your key salespeople and with your inside folks to have an appreciation for what we do and how we can help you guys. The nice thing about fasteners is there's a real baseline industry standard in terms of the dimensions of the fastener. So whether the fastener is made in China or whether it's made in Chicago, Illinois, they're all following the same specifications and the same standards. And what we can accommodate very easily is any domestic requirement that comes up as it relates to fasteners. What's interesting about fasteners is that if you're building a bridge and there's a structural bolt, heavy-duty bolt, most of those bolts are manufactured in the United States. If you're taking a little tiny stainless steel screw and putting together a plate in a piece of equipment, there's no way that screw is made in the United States. There's no company out there that would make that screw. So there's a vast difference between a teeny little screw and a structural bolt or a high quality bolt that's used in that application. So again, I really look forward to talking a little bit more about the products and our capabilities, and ultimately continuing our partnership and developing future successes for the fastener product line with Hodell-Natco. Thanks.